Hi, old Karl Marx. So I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the ability to reset. That's something that we see in highly effective leaders, business owners, and sales professionals, how they have that ability to reset the mind very quickly. Not only that, you see it in professional sports people. And I guess what encouraged me to talk about this topic is something recently that I saw the Rams Super Bowl game just last week, and watching their head coach Sean McVay on his composure, and you could see throughout the game he was resetting throughout the whole game, and they took away a win at the end of the game. So it's a discipline that's adopted by many professionals in the sporting sector. You see it again evident in a lot of the games you watch, whatever sports you watch, but in the professional sector, certainly on great leaders, business owners, and highly effective sales professionals, they have a strong ability to reset very quickly. So why is it so important? Well, like I say, with many professionals that I coach, you don't have the luxury to be negative. I mean, the reality is if you can have a negative mindset, it's not going to serve you well, and you're not going to exceed or get to the kind of success you're aiming for. Now, that doesn't mean we go through life without challenges and that we're in a positive frame of mind 24 hours a day. That's just not kind of possible. What happens, though, is with professionals, they have that ability to kind of reset very quickly. So, there's challenges that are thrown our way without doubt. And that can be in a day, it can be in a week, it can be in a month, it can be both business and personal. So what are the tools that can help you reset? One of the biggest ones I talk about is focusing on the controllables. Often when I'm coaching individuals, when I'm talking about through those challenges, it's where the stress or the anxiety comes into play, is often that's that focus on what they can't control. So it's something that's been thrown, a circumstance or an event that's outside their control. It's probably already happened, and then all of a sudden there's this overwhelming feeling of out of control. And then they're trying to control something that just can't be controlled, or change it when it's already taken place. So it's first of all just accepting the fact that you're going to face things that you can't control. So then turn to things that you can control. So it may be a strategic issue in a business sense that has come your way. To take a pause, step back, look at it from different perspectives, look at the positive aspect of it as well, because what we see, particularly in worldwide events, things can take place, but some businesses will adapt very quickly and take advantage of the opportunity within that event. So we've seen that particularly in the COVID pandemic, is that we've seen businesses adapt very quickly and then refocus onto certain opportunities. And that can be the same for sales professionals as well, because you can actually readjust the way you're approaching the market and take a different tack. And that's something that I see with coaching sales professionals. They're trying to do the same thing as they did pre the pandemic, the same approach to market, and they're becoming stuck because it's more challenging, where others have adapted to digital opportunities and things like that, and tailored their presentation and their pictures and their style to fit the market or that they're currently in. We also saw that in the financial market in the GFC when that took place. If you're listening and you recall that, it was a huge upset for the financial market. But what happened is many lenders or many financiers took a different position and a different approach. We saw a lot of new products come to market that probably weren't going to be considered in the past because there were just so many opportunities already in there. So you just saw a lot of creativity take place, and that's what I encourage you to do, is look at what you're doing today. Are you trying to do your approach as similar to you were 2 to 3 years ago, or have you adapted and looked at new opportunities? So go back, look at what's within your control. So what can you focus on today that will help you through this challenge? The other one used quite often is one that I use myself, and that is to ask the question of yourself, does this serve me well? Now, what I mean by that is it can be a fort. And I talk about this in my other episodes, and that is, over 6,000 forts going through your mind each day. In high achievers, I'd say, and certainly in high performers, a lot more thoughts are going through the mind per day. It's important you actually don't get stuck on the thoughts that don't serve you well. So if it's a negative thought or something outside your control, certainly acknowledge it, but do you want to invest all your time and your energy pondering on something that you're stuck on? Or do you refocus on an opportunity or something you can control and then maximize that opportunity? So does this serve me well? And it can be the way in business or even in your personal life. If you're getting stuck on a thought pattern and it just keeps on going over and over and over again, stop, pause. Does it serve me well? Do I let it go like a cloud passing by and now focus on something that's within my control? The third one that many use to reset is actually something in the way of a personal connection. So it can be, for me, it's a past event in my life that where I kind of look back at. It was a car accident back in '89, and I go, what's troubling me today? That was a really major issue. That was a real something to overcome. It took a couple of years. So that was a big challenge. I'm worrying about something minute today, and it resets me very quickly to focus on more important things. You can also, what advice would you give to yourself right now? So it's taking that position of looking upon yourself and going, well, what advice would I give myself in this situation? And normally that intuition that's within the subconscious comes out and actually kind of helps you reset. Now, if I want to talk to leading professionals, and again, I thought it was a great example watching that Super Bowl game with Sean McVay. I'm not a big American football follower, but one thing you could see the composure and the consistency in the way he presented himself. You could certainly see he was under pressure because they were behind on the scoreboard for the majority of the game. But Sean McVay, what you could see in his composure, he was consistent. And that's really important when you're leading people or you're working within a team as well. People like consistency. They like the consistency of behaviour and the right behaviour. So look, if I looked at someone like that that coach, Sean McVay, you could see the pressure was there, the intensity. Certainly, from a coaching perspective, you want to win a game, but he had that real focus. And now he's obviously got an ability to reset very quickly. So when there's a mistake happen, you can see someone drop the ball or, the play didn't go to the plan. You can see the disappointment on his face of the coach, but he reset very quickly. So don't get caught up on the things that have happened. Certainly acknowledge them, take them as a learning, but then rechannel your thought pattern to focus on, what's the next move? What's the opportunity and change and keeping consistent with that behavior. I see it in leadership all the time with that consistency part. If they're consistent as a leader and they don't have high ups and emotions, high and lows kind of, out of the blue, that provides a stable platform for their team to kind of follow the game. They don't get distracted. So if you're in a leadership position and you're coaching others, keep that in mind. I mean, there's certainly challenging situations leading people, and it's easy to lose your composure. You're only human, but try and keep that consistency. Take a step back, pause, breathe, look at it. Do I need to actually get caught up on this right now, or do I look at it from a different perspective? So again, just to kind of tips on those resetting is find what your resets are, slow it down, focus on the controllables, not the uncontrollables. What advice would you give yourself in this situation? Because it's probably within your subconscious the right thing to do. Look at it from various perspectives before you reset. Look for the opportunities within the challenge itself. Hope this was helpful just to kind of help you on that reset. It's something that is a skill set that high performers do very well. They just don't get caught up on those uncontrollables. So my next episode will be talking about adjustment within the current markets, which is kind of aligned with the resetting, but there's certainly, taking opportunity of challenges that you may face in your current role right now or in your business. So tune in to that one. And if you'd like to elevate your ability to reset or your team's ability to reset, reach out to me. Be happy to help and have a quick chat with you. And also I've got some great material that we can share. Have a fantastic day and a fantastic week ahead.